Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we have an interesting issue that has raised the worldwide community's interest that'll blow your mind. Prepare to be surprised as we delve into the surprising turn of events surrounding BRICS and OPEC unveil game-changing mega oil projects to revolutionize the industry. This is really a good place for China. It'll revive the oil industry. Let's embark on this interesting journey together. As we uncover the amazing story of how the collapse happened, we will discover the fascinating considerations that inspire these major projects as we dig into the fascinating world of the makers. Join us as we examine and know if there is more to the story than joining us on this journey. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay tuned to discover the reality behind this. Indeed, as Russia assumes the chair of the group of 8 countries next year, this influence is expected to rise. As a country whose recent history in the 20th century is very different from that of the other members, as well as one that is such a large producer, exporter, and consumer of energy, Russia may be able to share perspectives that have not previously come to the fore within the august body. This is underlined by the fact that Russia is referred to as a BRICS country, and together with Brazil, India, and China is regarded as a key new participant on the world economic and political landscape. Over the last decade and a half, OPEC has welcomed Russia's constructive steps in the process of dialogue among oil producers and between producers and consumers, its support for our market stabilization measures, and its perspective awareness as a major energy exporter on some market realities that may not be so obvious to long-established consumer nations. In an energy world where dialogue and cooperation are already more advanced than ever, we believe that Russia, as chair of the G8, may be able to push this process even further to the benefit of the energy community as a whole, consumers and producers in both developed and developing countries. Given the challenges encountered in the international oil market over the last 2 years, as well as the numerous misconceptions and fears that have resulted, now would be an excellent moment to do so. Despite this, OPEC remains confident in the market's capacity to deliver oil to consumers as needed, both now and in the future, and is dedicated to doing all possible to do this in a timely, effective, and sustainable manner. A strong oil market is critical to the pursuit of good global economic growth, the benefits of which should be enjoyed by all of humanity, not just the lucky and privileged segments of it. Big gas finds from price nations and OPEC members like China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt are shaking up the oil and gas sector. These nations have discovered vast reserves which are altering energy strategy and posing new challenges to the market. These findings have significant ramifications for the global oil sector, ranging from shifting supply to changing energy commerce. OPEC and the oil market may witness big changes as these nations become more energy independent and rely less on imports. The emphasis on gas discoveries also corresponds with the worldwide trend towards sustainable energy sources, demonstrating how revolutionary these discoveries are. Let us begin with China. They discovered some really large oil reserves, which can make a significant impact in the energy situation and make them stronger in the market. One of these finds occurred in the Syndrome Listen. A pack discovered a vast deposit of oil of 1.7 billion tons. It demonstrates that China is adept at discovering lucrative minerals deep beneath, endowing Xinjiang province with a wealth of resources. This deposit is a game changer for China's energy independence since it means they won't have to rely on importing oil as much, and it may even transform how the oil market works. But that's not all China's state-owned enterprises see. They also discovered 100 million tons of oil in the bowl. This discovery improves China's ability to produce its own oil and contributes to the country's energy independence. China aims to exploit these assets to meet the rising demand for oil and gas, which is a common need that keeps expanding rapidly. These discoveries not only increase China's energy security, but also make China a major player in the global oil market. Furthermore, as it produces more oil and gas at home, China may rely less on other nations for energy. This offers them greater power and lowers the uncertainty brought on by politics and the economy. It may also have an impact on global oil prices and how oil is handled. Meanwhile, Saudi Aramco made a significant find known as the Jafur gas field, which is expected to contain 200 trillion cubic feet of gas. This is a critical move for Saudi Arabia since it wants to sell more than simply oil. Aramco expects to finish generating gas from the Jaf through a field in 2025 and sell around 2 billion cubic feet of gas per day by 2030. Because they know the Jaffer Field is a gold mine, they're searching for investors to assist fund field-related initiatives. They've also approached major energy businesses like Snowpack and Total Energies about collaborating on a project on the Jeff. If all goes well, they may be able to develop facilities to export liquefied natural gas. Aramco aims to collect roughly $10 billion for these projects because they're serious about profiting from a gas field and capitalizing on worldwide demand for natural gas. Energy production and consumption are two of the most hotly debated scientific topics today. Energy production and consumption are not only major academic areas, but also critical for global environmental and economic problems. While global primary energy consumption has grown over the last decade, BRICS primary energy output is predicted to expand faster. Due to the overwhelming energy demand for various applications, global production rises as consumption rises. According to the IEA, global energy consumption would rise by 30% between 2016 and 2040, the equivalent of adding India and China to present global demand. The usage of energy for various uses such as industry, transport, lighting, cooling, and structures is expected to increase energy demand year after year. The rise of being driven by the country's economic reform agenda and robust GDP growth. The successful fulfillment of energy demand has also resulted in the achievement of long-term development goals. One of the 17 SDGs targets by 2030 is to provide universal access to adequate, modern, inexpensive, and economical energy services. SDG 7 specifically refers to worldwide access to dependable, modern, and affordable energy access. Achieving this aim also develops and advances numerous other long-term development goals. As a result, it is commonly agreed that satisfying universal energy demand and increasing renewable energy may have a good impact on sustainable development goals. Furthermore, the UAE has been discovering a lot of gas on a goal to have a more varied energy mix and be reliant on oil, so they may keep looking for additional gas to make it happen. This is significant because it allows you to become a major participant in the global gas industry, and it's not just about generating money, it's also about making energy more long-term sustainable. They're serious about diversifying energy, and these findings constitute a significant step in that regard. Egypt discovered some gas in the eastern Mediterranean Sea off Egypt's coast, and an Italian energy firm uncovered the Noket 1 well and revealed a large reservoir of gas. The well was dug deep and discovered roughly 200 meters of gas-filled sandstorms from several formations. This finding increases Egypt's gas reserves, making it even more significant in the regional gas market. Eni is all about offshore exploration in Egypt, and this finding fits exactly into their goals. They want to use their current facilities and employees in Egypt to assist the country's energy industry expand and prosper. They have been a key part of Egypt's energy since 1994, and the gas they discovered note this one is highly crucial for Egypt's energy demands. It might lead to additional development and production. It demonstrates that Egypt has a lot of gas potential in the eastern Mediterranean area. With this discovery, Egypt can be more secure with their energy, meet domestic demand, and possibly even sell gas to other countries. Of course, Russia is also making significant strides in the gas industry, with Novatek recently discovering a new gas condensate field in the Gaidan Peninsula. They named a jury member, Viktor Dorya, after one of their co-founders. According to Russian norms, they believe they can receive roughly 52 billion cubic meters of natural gas and 2 million tons of liquids from this find, which is wonderful news for the well-known Vertex Optic 1 project. They're very focused on producing additional liquefied natural gas, and the Dewey A field assists them in doing so. They also have plans for a fourth plant dubbed the Arctic Ing-1 project, and if everything goes well, they hope to generate 70 million tons of Ing gear by 2030. That's more than triple what they're making currently, although technology does have some limitations. There are these Western sanctions in Russia that complicate matters. The sanctions have an impact on technology and collaborations, which means that several major Western and IT businesses have had to abandon all their projects. This makes it more difficult for Nova to obtain the knowledge they want. They had their own cold Arctic cascade liquefaction technology, but due to the sanctions, they must now rely on Western tech. It's not ideal, but Novatek is determined to keep expanding despite these obstacles. Recent gas discoveries by nations including as China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Egypt might significantly alter the global oil sector. These discoveries will have an impact on supply, energy trade, and market competition because by generating more gas domestically, these nations will be able to make their energy supply more stable and predictable while lowering their reliance on imports. As new competitors enter the global energy market, these discoveries add new gas supplies to the market, possibly boosting rivalry among gas-producing countries. This may have an impact on the strength of existing gas exporters, including certain OPEC members. As these gas-producing nations improve infrastructure and export capacities, the growth may have an impact on the balance of power of the market. Furthermore, these findings coincide with a global shift towards sustainable energy sources. Natural gas is valued more than coal and oil, and have more of it accessible can help cut carbon emissions. By shifting away from carbon-intensive fuels as these countries utilize their gas reserves, they may contribute to a more sustainable energy mix. These discoveries have the potential to significantly alter the oil business. Not only in the nations where they were discovered, more gas will be accessible, allowing countries to modify the way they trade energy. They may even begin importing more and acquiring energy from other sources. They may also assist countries in cooperating more closely on energy issues. These findings also demonstrate the importance of having a variety of energy sources, and the country should study and invest in many choices in order to remain strong in the long run. The way we obtain energy is changing, and these gas finds are a significant contributor to that transformation. They will have long-term consequences for the global oil business and will influence how we fulfill our energy demands in the future. Thank you for joining us in this fascinating trip as we've successfully looked at how BRICS and OPEC unveil game-changing mega oil projects that revolutionize the industry. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fascinating insights into the world of mega China projects.